Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another YouTube video. My name is Senzokuhle Dlamini, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. On today's video, we'll be talking about res and how I got into residency, as you can see on the title above. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video, and for everybody watching this video for the very first time, hope you stay and hope you subscribe and like this video. Recommend it to somebody that you think it's going to be beneficial to. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get started on this video. Now, as I've mentioned on the previous video that we would be talking about how I got into res, I would love to share my story first before we get started, or rather before I get started on giving you guys a couple of hints that I wrote them down on a piece of paper here. So I want to give you a couple of tips and just remind you on things that you do need to take note of and things that you do need to note down when you're applying, or rather when you are about to move to res or move to a school that is very far from you, like I did. So I originally lived in Joburg, so I had to travel from Joburg to Cape Town just to attend school, right? So I needed to ensure that I had res. But I wasn't very sure that I applied for res at the beginning of the year after I got my results and also got accepted at UWC to study physiotherapy. I didn't remember that I did apply for res. So what happened was I didn't read through the emails that I gotten. I didn't read them to understand. So I didn't quite understand what I was needed to do. I think I was just flooded with a lot of emotions and with a lot of happiness, that I even forgot that valuable information, you see, about res. So what happened is that I opted to go look for a private accommodation. So there's a group in Facebook. I'm going to put a picture of this. So there's a group in Facebook about UWC students really talking about anything, about everything. So what happened is that on the group, I just went there just to see who is there, not only who's there, but just to see information about the university, about res particularly, and also about funding. But I wasn't really worried about funding at that point because I was already NSFAS accredited. So I wanted to go there and look for reses that were NSFAS accredited. So when I got to that group, I saw a couple of people, and I also tried to send them a message, and I also did send a couple of SRC and also the EFF people at my school, student council that was in leadership at that year. So I emailed them, I also DM'd them, and it really does help, guys, so that you can get all the information that you need. So I love that I came across somebody called Inati Gogela, if I'm not pronouncing the name wrong, who's currently the SRC Gender and Security Officer at the University of Western Cape currently. So I came across her contact on Instagram. That's where, no, I'm lying, on Facebook. That's where we got to talk really about the residence issues. And I also saw a post from her when I was commuting with my friend Mulimo from Joburg going to Cape Town. I saw a post from her that if you are coming to UWC, you don't have any res or something, or there's information or there's things that you're currently struggling with, whether it's registration, res and everything, just drop her a message on her inbox, or rather comment down below on the post that she did post it. And we did just like that, and she went onto our profiles, and then she directly messaged us to give us information about that. She told us that she would fetch us at the bus station when we got there. So Mulimo and I traveled by a bus to Cape Town, and then when we got to Cape Town, that's where we got to meet her in person. She really came, and to see that she really is part of the student council at the university. She came with the bus, she came with the car, 7-seater car, and a truck, both of them were UWC branded. So yeah, she came with them and she fetched us. We went to the SRC offices. That's where, when we got to the offices, that's where they got to help us with things that we needed, right? My friend needed help with registration and also moving into res. I needed to just do my student card and also information about moving into res. So I met this other girl. I totally forgot her name, but she was an angel, because when we were sitting down at the SRC offices and I was waiting for my friend to go finish his errands at the university, I saw that people were talking about student emails, and I was like, what's that, guys? I don't know anything about student emails. And then the girl was like, don't you have a student email? I was like, no, I have not done it yet. And then the girl told the SRC member by day, and then the member was like, don't you have it? And I said, no, I don't. And then they did, they registered, took all my student details, and then they did a student email for me, right? And then after they did it, emails started flooding in, right? Emails started flooding in, emails about residents, that if I don't sign the MOU by end of day, I am forfeiting the space. I kid you not, everybody was just clicking on the MOU, the terms and conditions, and also accepting on that offer. We were just clicking on it like we were crazy. It's because it was the final date. I think it was the 3rd of Feb by the time. So when I clicked confirm on that list, I made sure that I had to get res. So I also got placed at Unibel. So that's when the SRC was like, now it's time for you to choose. Do you still want to go on your private accommodation that you had found earlier, or do you want to go to res? And I made a conscious decision that I'm gonna go to res, because I don't think I want to go to private accommodation. I mean, firstly, I'm not familiar with the environment. I'm not familiar with the people here. I'm not familiar with quite a lot of stuff. So it's best for me to go where I'm going to meet a couple of people that are also not familiar with the environment, but we're going to help each other to, you know, get used to it. So that's when I went to private to the accommodation at school at UWC. So yeah, guys, after I got onto res, it was nice. It was exceptionally pleasing. It was aesthetically nice also, and I think we were the first people to live on it. It was its official opening, so it was great. You see, it was nice. I loved everything about it. So yeah, I think I made a right decision. I don't even think I did make a right decision to go to that one. So my advice to you is to make sure that when you get your offer, make sure that you also check about res. And also when you applied, I think now is the time, because people are now going to, you know, university next year, grade 12s, or rather people that were still, you know, upgrading or something like that. So they're going to university next year. So now I think it's the time where you need to take, I don't know, a paper or something, or even your phone. Write down all your login details for every single thing, right? For every single university, for example, UWC, write down all the single login details you need for res, for also to check your courses that you applied for and things. Just have your things in order. Just write them down, right? So the couple of things that I wrote here that I want you guys to do is, firstly, I need you guys to pay attention to your emails. It's very important to pay attention to your emails. Don't read "Dear S. Dlamini, we are pleased to offer you," or "Congratulations, we offer you placement at our university." Just continue reading the email and see what it says. You see, from there you'll get further information, because I think that's the mistake I did, not reading, not finishing all the emails that were sent to me, because I was so excited that I even didn't finish reading them. So I think it's very important for you to finish reading all your emails and ensure that you understand what that means. 2 is at UWC we have the residential services. They do have their own portal where you need to log in and check your status for res. So I encourage you that you also need to frequently check in on that portal so that you can see information that they're sending you. You might have gotten placement address, so you need to ensure that you already fill in all the information that they need. Agree to the terms and conditions. Agree to the memorandum of understanding, the MOU. You also need to click on all those things. Make sure that you read through all the information and you understand when are the due dates, right? When are the due dates of you getting into rest? When are the due dates of you accepting the memorandum of understanding and everything? So you need to make sure that you ensure you have all those things correctly. The last and final advice that I'm going to give you is to make sure that you set up your student email, right? You can do that at home, or rather you can do it at the institution when you're going to do your things. Maybe you can't register or stuff like that. Then you can go to the university and ask information about it. It is very advisable that you set it up as early as possible, because that's how the university will communicate with you moving forward. They won't send you emails on your private email account. They will now communicate with you on the student email account, right? So it's very important that you do set it up and make sure that it's up and running and you get emails from it, right? So guys, that is the end of this video from myself. On the next video that I'm going to be uploading, I am going to be talking about what you need when you're traveling to rest, that it's far away from home, what you need to carry, and also what you need to have at rest before classes start. So I hope you're looking forward to that. Also, please give this video a big beautiful thick thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe if you've gotten this far. If you do have any question, don't hesitate to drop me a message on all my social media platforms. You can also drop a comment down below so that other people can see what you're asking and also can get information from it. But from myself, Senzokuhle Dlamini, it's been an absolute pleasure recording this video from you. Love you dearly, and I hope that you like. Again, once more, subscribe, and I love you. Bye.